Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Venom, also known as Kevin, and I'm here today trying to do a new recording session of the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre first-hand preview gameplay. I wanted to do this gameplay in-depth review with you guys because I think this game is going to be very interesting and very horrifying to play as the killers and to play against the killers in this game. So I wanted to go into in-depth review of the 6-minute gameplay with you guys and try to spot anything that you might have missed or any new speculation of what the game could be like. So this is going to be a little slowed down video. You're not going to hear any audio from the game, and I would like this is courtesy footage from the IGN video preview, so I don't own this content. So I hope you guys stay around. Hope you hit the like button, subscribe, and comment what do you guys think of this game. Let's get right to it then. Okay, so there's already a lot of stuff going on in the background anyways. I don't have anything like being played in the back. There's a bunch of stuff already being flashed around and stuff. I'm gonna try to go in depth into it once we go straight to the gameplay. So you're getting it like executions already straight out the bat and hiding spots so you can find your escape, kind of like in Dead by Daylight. And you can squeeze through tight tunnels and you see one of the killers. I think it was like the uncle or cousin. I can't remember. I haven't seen the movies in a while. This is probably like all stuff that you guys probably seen before, because this is, I think it was like an original trailer if it's been released. So I think there's nothing really new here. I'll just skip ahead to the actual new stuff right now. Okay, so right off the bat right here, what I've noticed, there's actual like things over here that tells you to cut down the bone structure. And I think like, I know if you walk past it, you make sound notifications and it will alert the killers probably if you're making too much sound or anything. So I think it's either best that you cut them down to prevent it, or maybe if you cut it down, it will alert the killers like, hey, this big bone fell on the ground and it's causing a bunch of havoc, like they're over here type of shit. So I think like it would be kind of like, maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's not as a good idea to cut it down. Also, like right here, there's actually 2 inventory items that the survivor has. It looks like a little screwdriver and a little bone shiv. So I'm pretty sure, like, so you can use 2 items in this game. And I know from the top above right here, the running is supposed to be your stamina, and the bottom below that is supposed to be your health. Also, there's 3 things on the bottom here, which I don't know what exactly is supposed to be like your missions or perks they're supposed to be telling you about. But also, there's a little icon right in the corner for this character. It has when you press RB. So I don't know, like I'm pretty sure that could be like your character special ability. From what I've heard, each character has their own main ability. That includes for killers too. They can help themselves survive or get the kill more easier. Like you see they're walking by, and then there's this radio thing that starts going off and it says silence. So I'm pretty like, that kind of makes a huge distraction and making them try to get to you and try to kill you anyways. Also, you had like this red effect going around, and then one of the killers, the cook, is chasing them after, because you probably heard him after. And I heard like he's one of the slowest killers in this game, because it's probably with old age, which kind of makes sense. But now here, like you're starting off in the basement. It says at the top right corner, it says you're in the basement, and she already starts off with a shiv. So I don't know if this is the beginning of the game or the middle of the game, because from what the details has been released, they said that at the start of the game you're already in the basement, you're like hooked up and you escape and you're trying to get out. So in the bottom here of her ultimate ability, I don't really know what it says. It's probably like, I would want to say it's kind of like an adrenaline boost that probably she can use, where she can run faster than the killers, or I don't know like what's the actual speed statistics of the killer versus the survivor, which I think the survivors should be faster because they really don't have any ways to defend themselves that easily, and the killers can one shot kill you if you're not careful enough. So I really, maybe her ability is to run faster, like with the adrenaline boost to like run away faster from the killers, just in case. Also, you can see like right here, like Leatherface just busts through the door and he's just like, you know, revving up his chainsaw, looking around and stuff. But there also is here in the bloodbath room where this girl's climbing up the ladders and you have like the X prompt to drop down. So I'm guessing that it's probably like a quick drop, because if you're trying to go climb up the ladders and like right here, that would be fucking horrifying if the killer runs into you and you can like probably just pick you up from the ladders and just fucking like, you know, kill you or attack you from that point. And that's why they have the quick drop button. So if you look up and you run into the killer, you have the option to like drop down before they're able to get you. So because I don't think Bubba would be able to go down the ladders, or the cook, maybe the hitchhiker, possibly, because I heard that he can do some similar stuff the survivors can, but I know that he's one of the weaker killers, but he can be more crafty and more tactical. And also pointing out this girl where she has the unlock icon, where I think her special ability is that she can either unlock like, you know, locks from doors faster than normal, or unlock them instantly from other characters. So now that she moved to the gore room, she's like walking around. There's some stuff around here, bloody stuff. There's like a little box right here. I wanted to see what it says. So it's gonna be a little toolbox that I think you can look through it, so you can find unlock tools to either make lockpicking like easier and more sufficient, or just to like, you need an unlock tool to be able to unlock doors in general. So now here we're switching up with this one, and see one of the guys is attacking, like the hitchhiker is attacking one of the survivors in the game, and another guy, like the friends coming out try to help out. So you also with here with this prompt, he already has a like a little shank already, like a bone shank ready, and it says to rescue. So I think with this option right here with this guy, his ability is to use RB to rescue, like he shoulder bumps the killer to get him off your friend so they can have escape, right? Or I could possibly think he could probably use this ability to push down through doors faster too, I guess. Like if the door is like stuck or budged or locked, you can probably use this whole ability to like, you know, ram through the door to be able to unlock it. Or maybe it's just used to like ram through killers to help save your friends. Also from right here, it says right here like RT to sneak attack, which I can see that is used to like, you know, use the meat, like the not the meat shank, the bone shank. You use a bone shank to attack the killer to eat and save your ability. And I think that can also work for other survivors too. Like if you have a shank in general, you can either use it to save yourself and like stab the killer to get your chance to save yourself and escape, and you have to use it, that's only specifically used to save your friend from getting stabbed and hurt. And also I think with the struggling right here, I think since the hitchhiker is already like a scrawny dude, I think that there's like a mini game prompt, I guess like a buddy mash mini game prompt, where you're like fighting against your life to see who will escape at that time faster compared to the other, or if he's able enough to like, you know, to get the kill. So I think that's like what's going on with the power struggle right here between these two. But that was obviously broken off with their friend coming in to save the day. And you see here he stabs. This is family member ambushed, and the shank is already gone right here. There's the shank popped out and missed out right here. So you see he stabs him in the shoulder and he loses a shank and he seems to be stunned. And there's a yellow aura going all around them as they're both running. They both seem to be injured, but I don't know, like, I don't know if it's actually like you're completely injured and that's how you are throughout the entire game. Because I think that you do start off from the basement. I'm pretty sure you're like beat up, you're kind of drugged up or anything like that. Because it would be kind of weird that you're just like fully healthy and like, oh, you know, Friday 13th, everything's fine. But like like you were captured already in the beginning of the game, so I'm pretty sure like you're either tired or beat up in this game. Because you're still at full health, but they seem to be injured. See, they're running through. There's a big open field too. I love this. This is all beautiful. Now you see right here, there's like some red deep aura right here. And I think that's one of the characters running through, the one that just got saved. And it says they're in Leatherface lair. It's like he's running through, he's trying to squeeze through the... Because I'm pretty sure the killers can't squeeze through them except for the hitchhiker. So I think like the killers will have to find a way around it. I think it gives the survivors an advantage to escape easier. Now we got to the killer's perspective. So we're playing as the cook, and we're in the gore room. And there's already 3 things right here like popping up next to Grandpa. And I think next to Grandpa is supposed to symbolize the 3 perks, because in this game you can level up Grandpa by feeding him blood, as shown in this vials right here, of the percentage of blood you have on you. So I think you gain blood from attacking survivors, or survivors getting injured, or killing the survivors. And also for the cook special ability, he has the hearing ability, so pretty much since he's not as fast as others, I think he can also hear like very stealthy survivors if he just stops and listens to anything out of the ordinary. And he also has 3 locks that I heard that he can lock doors, like specific doors for survivors to slow them down from escaping easier. And there's also like 3 bottom perks right here. I don't know, like one of them, it looks like he can throw a bottle of blood at people and probably like stun them and blind them. Another one is that he can probably stun them themselves, and I think this one is like an insta kill attack. Apparently I think they do have stamina bars too. I might be wrong. Yeah, I think they probably do have stamina bars. So you see here, just going through the room, the kitchen. And this is all pretty accurate. I actually love this a lot. So you see here, like, he's like trying to listen into the survivors. And he's like looking around, and then I guess like it shows some directional. Like I think like if you look around while listening to his ability, you get the direction of the survivor that's being like sneaking around. So you gotta activate it, and then you can press RB to cancel that ability, because I don't think you'll be able to move while using this ability. I think that's like a stationary ability where this activates. So I'm guessing that the spiky side of the ability tells you where exactly to go is, where the survivor should be. So right over here we have the tunnels, and there's 2 survivors running through these electrical doors, because I heard like you have to power a fuse box or generator to open these doors. And I think this is the escape, like the ending, where like survivors have to find the power and turn it on and escape through these tunnels to get away from the Hewitt family. Yeah, it seems to be like the ending, because there's like a bright light, you know, like the sanctuary, the safety, the light is safety. And it shows, yeah, they're all, and yeah, and this is pretty much it. And it even shows you like right here of the 4 survivors in this game, that one of them has died. The girl in front already escaped, and the girl right behind her is gonna escape too. And the 4th one disconnected for somehow, and it reminds me of Dead by Daylight. It happens too much. So yeah, this is pretty much the escape that they're going through. That's like the end of the game. And right here, like, they're running through the living room, and she's like jumping out the window. And I heard like this is like a high risk, like trying to escape, because like, you know, one, you're damaging yourself while jumping out of a window, and you probably get cut up and beat up, and you're pretty much slowed down. So pretty much if the family can just walk around or run around the other side of the door, they can probably catch up to you. And you see Leatherface here just revving up that chainsaw, running after that girl, and she's like running for dear life because she's gonna die soon if she doesn't escape him. So now here we have some Leatherface gameplay. So right here we have he's in the upper storage room. And you already see here, Grandpa is already level 1. And he has some stamina, and his ultimate ability is the chainsaw. So, he also other perks showing right here, I think is the same as the cooks. I'm not too sure if this is like throwing bottles or stuff like that with them. There might be something completely different than I think. Like, that's your main weapon for Leatherface in this game. So you have LT to rev the chainsaw or to stop the chainsaw. So I'm pretty sure when you rev the chainsaw, you know, you're ready to attack, you're ready to kill. And I think that this bar right here is supposed to like prevent you to keep the chainsaw on at all time, because you know chainsaws run on gas and fumes, and you don't want to waste all that gas in one go. So I don't know what happens if, like, is there a gas limit in this game? Like, what happens if you run out of gas? Like, do you have to go and get more, or does it automatically recharge over time? Because you do get the ability to stop the chainsaw, so you can either to be stealthy Leatherface, or you know, try to save your fuel type of Leatherface. It's like he's going around here in the corner, and he spots a survivor with his aura, and she's like sneaking around, she's trying to hide it. Let me just go back a little second. So you have like two options here. It says unlatch or destroy. So I'm guessing like with this side of the door is like this side of the door Leatherface is facing, it's locked from that side. Not where the survivor is, but where the Leatherface is. So you can either unlatch the door and just push the door open, or just completely get rid of the door in general. So it can work in either way. I guess it's better to destroy the door, because you don't have to like run through it, and plus the survivors can run past it and probably lock you out, and you have to destroy the door anyways. As this person chooses already to destroy the door, he's holding the Y button. I don't know, like, if you have to tap it or hold it as you destroy the door. And this girl is just trying to escape through the other side, and she can see the fear aura on her screen is just turning red as she's running away, because I'm pretty sure like it turns red, like kind of a heartbeat in Dead by Daylight, where like it's a heartbeat like in Dead by Daylight when you're knowing the killer is close by, and you're like, holy shit, this is actually happening, I'm about to fucking die. And you see here it says door destroyed, so pretty much you can't get that door back. So I don't know, like it might be to your advantage, disadvantage. It depends on how the game works. Okay, you see like she jumped through the that desk over there, and now he chooses to destroy the desk. So I was trying to look back at it and try to see like if there's any other option for this drawer, and I guess that's the only option, is just to destroy the drawer. I thought like you could push it out of the way or anything like that. So pretty much is Leatherface the only one that can actually destroy those type of objects? Like, what can the hitchhiker and the cook do if they're in that same situation? What would the difference would be if the hitchhiker found that girl? So can the hitchhiker break down doors too, or can the cook break down doors, or not? Because I'm trying to figure out the difference, which I think that Leatherface is probably the only one that can actually break down doors and not go through small tight areas. Because I think if the hitchhiker was the one who was there and tries to, like, I think he can probably squeeze through it and get to her, because he's probably skinny enough to squeeze through the top of the drawer and whatever the top of the wire is on top, compared to like Leatherface, who's like a fucking huge dude and won't be able to like squeeze through that. So the only option for him is to destroy that door, and the cook probably has to go around it or figure something out. So now going to the girl right here, she is trying to like open up this like metal sheet like in this hole before the Leatherface comes right behind her and, you know, fucking cuts her up to pieces. And see here, she's like either button mashing or like holding the X button, and I know there's like a sound notification right next to it. So if you're making too much sound, or if you go too fast, you're probably making a lot more sound. If you're going a little slow, you can, you know, make it more quieter. But at this moment, I don't think it really matters, because he knows where you are, so you got to be fast as you can. Yeah, so you pretty much you can just remove the barricade, and I think that removes it for the entire game. So you destroyed the obstacle, and she's already crawling through. And I think there's like a little delay before Leatherface can actually get to her. And I know Leatherface can't even like go through that small hole, so he has to find another way to get to her. So right here is the actual. So like right here is the actual like fuse box. I think you need use unlock to, as you saw earlier. There's probably a toolbox that you can search through and find an unlock tool, and I think it's like the little screwdriver thing we saw earlier, where you can unlock this fuse box and try to mess around with the plugs and stuff and try to escape, like trying to turn on the generator to make the escape. And this is like the hitchhiker's bedroom, so you remember this location is probably the bedroom. But don't know if they're gonna switch the locations of the fuse box, because if they keep it the same location, it might be repetitive, and people will like, oh, I know where the fuse box is. Let's just go straight to the hitchhiker's room, and we'll be done and over with. I think the game already like randomizes the locations to make it more interesting and more different. You know, to keep things fresh and new, and like make every game, like every round of game of Survivor, make it more like interesting and be like, oh shit, where's the fuse box? I don't know where it is. Is it here? Is it in the hitchhiker's room? Is it in the cook's room? Is it in Leatherface's lair? Like, give us options with that. Like, okay, so we went back to Leatherface, and you see the little grandpa's already leveled up a little bit, and he seems to have already found one girl trying to break a lock. And he just insta-killed her. He's just like cutting her up with that chainsaw, and she's just straight dead. Just straight dead, and you see the cold, dead, pale eyes on him. Hope there's like more different kills, like in Friday the 13th. And you see in the background too, like you see like the cook and the other survivor are struggling against each other while the glory kill is happening. And you see the cook is like running around. The hitchhiker is on his left side in the field too. It's a beautiful sunset too. It's a good day to die then. So he has like a broken like stick, or like probably like a broken broom, trying to go kill against the survivors. And like he was like running away, and the dude just ran into Leatherface. Like, what kind of shit luck is that? So yeah, like if you like, I think like if you perfectly time the chainsaw attack, it would like, you know, go into insta kill mode against the survivors. Because I don't know, like Leatherface is the only one that can actually insta kill survivors easily, or it has to be like another one. So we went back to the beginning of the basement, and you see here on the side, Leatherface is looking for the girl in the freezer, because you can hide in the freezer too when you're in this game, because you have to have good stealth options to avoid killers in this game. So you can't really just fight back and throw hands like in Ash vs. the Evil Dead game. So you see here he's just like walking around trying to look for her, and the girl is just like shitting herself. You turn around and then bam, Leatherface right there. Like, this is actually pulled out from the movie too, which is fucking awesome. Like with the first appearance of Leatherface just shows up in the stairs, and he just comes out running like straight ahead. Like, that's fucking horrifying. You just like walking slowly into the room, and you just look to the left, and you see this big fucking dude with the chainsaw running at you. That is just horrifying. I would shit bricks if that actually happened. So now he's like running upstairs trying to escape. He either could have run through the front door or a back door, and then I think there's like a little option right here. I can't really tell because it's dark, and there's like a little mini pad, like a mini shed metal sheet. Then there's like a mini metal sheet like hole right here. Probably they can use it to escape and through the barricade, but I don't think you can have enough time to do that. So I guess like the only option that he has is either run to the back, like the other side, and he might run to another killer or jump out the second floor window. And as you can see here, he's choosing to jump out the second floor window. And one of the hitchhikers already chasing him. So this is like the first hitchhiker gameplay right here. You see, he has 3 like skeleton bones right here, which I think are supposed to be his traps. Like, because he's supposed to be like the trapper, kind of like in Dead by Daylight, but he's like much more skinnier and weaker. So I think like, so instead of making up for like one-shot KOs, he can probably make it up for like being able to trap survivors, place traps, and like catch them by surprise. And I think his ultimate ability has a little trapped foot, so I don't know like if that keeps the survivor like stuck more in place and make it harder, or he can detect like which trap that the survivors got caught on. Because they probably make a sound notification if they get caught and like screaming pain or something. So you see here, like he's trying to run through. It's a funny run. And I can't tell, it's like a little butter knife or some shit, like a little shank as a weapon. And he's like going through it. Like, see what I mean earlier? How he's like able to go through where like normal survivors can, so he can like squeeze through tight spots like normal survivors. Which, this shit makes it dangerous, man. That shit makes it scary. Because he can literally chase you like non-stop through it. But I think the only way they can stop him is that, you know, he's not as physically strong where he can't just one-hit KO you all the time. He has to like, you know, do some damage and hope you're like down for the count. And one of the guys is already trying to escape here. And I don't know like if he activated his ability right now, because it just kind of like glowed up for like a split second. So he's like coming at them. He's coming after him, and he takes a stab. And you can see one of his executions right here. Just shank, shank, and fucking another slash, another one. That's like fucking 4. And then yeah, then he just slices your neck open. And he does a little dance too. Yeah, he's like fucking taunting you. I hope there's like more kills than just like the basic ones. Probably different skins, different weapons they can probably use. So it'd be pretty cool to give that option. But you see here, like he's placing the trap down. He's like using the bone traps like near the bushes. I think like if they run by, they hit it, they get caught. So is either the trap is already placed, but I think he's using it like trying to put leaves around it to catch the survivors, like by surprise, like to hide it better. Yeah, it's like things like more hide it or just activating it in general. Yeah, I mean it's pretty much like activating it because you seen the thing just disappeared, and he's like missing one. So I don't know if the survivors already get caught and, you know, and killed. Does that mean the trap is gone forever, or you can recollect the trap and put it somewhere else? I don't know. Like probably, I'm pretty probably my best guess is that if they get trapped and the survivor escapes, the trap is destroyed, and if they get trapped and you get them, the trap is probably destroyed too. Because I don't think you're gonna need that much traps, because it's only 4 survivors, so you only like it's not gonna be that much of a big deal, anyways. I think it just depends on where you place your traps and how well you place them. And also, can the killers run into their own traps too? Like, what if Leatherface passes by? Does he get caught by the trap or not? That's my question too. Like, can a hitchhiker get caught in his own trap? Because like he kind of walked past this, so I'm guessing not. But you see here, like the girl got caught, and she has like the button prompt to actually, you know, try to escape, and she's already damaged. Her heart is like turned red. I guess like they show her low health, and like she's like here trying to like button through. But right here, I don't think it shows like it's supposed to mean like sound notification. I think it's like to show like you gotta be careful if you go, like if you try to open up the trap too fast, you can like get more injured and probably like possibly hurt your leg, or probably like you can like do more damage to yourself. I don't know, it'll probably cost you a stamina bar or something. But you see, like, right in the corner, the cook is already coming and she's found her. And she's coming to try to find her. But plus, if I was in that situation, I would be fucking button mashing that shit just to get out fast. So you go back to Leatherface, and she's going to, like, the dining room. I think he's looking around. It's from the movie scene. That's pretty iconic. Man, his graphics are amazing, though. I love this shit. And as you see here, the hitchhiker comes on, and he's, like, feeding the grandpa blood. Like, he's feeding blood because after attacking survivors and I guess making them bleed, or maybe like if they jump out the windows, you can collect the blood from the windows that's falling, because I'm pretty sure that's going to cause a bleeding effect from the survivors from being injured. And since, like, grandpa here, since he's not a playable character, he's used as like an ore detector around the map. As you see, there's 3 survivors already around the house, like, looking around. There's, like, 1 on the 2nd floor, 2 on the 1st floor. I can't really tell where exactly. One of them is trying to open the door, and the other one is sneaking around. And I'm guessing the 4th one's already dead in this gameplay. So they both found them, and then they're like, okay, let's go kill them then. They're passing by the chicken room. And they already see here, they already cut down this little bone furniture thing here. So I don't know if it's done by the killers or the survivors. And can the survivors actually interact with the grandpa? Because what would happen? What would happen if the survivors go near grandpa? Does grandpa like alert the killer? Like the killers, like, hey, you know, they're over here, or like does the grandpa try to swing the hammer like old times at the survivors while he's in a wheelchair? That'd be pretty funny. You see Leatherface is just running through the door, passing the lounge. And it's probably from earlier too, where you see where the cook was struggling with one of the survivors, and he finds a girl around the corner. It's probably this part of the game got cut to show here, where she's trying to open the door, and she gets caught in terrible luck, and she just fucking instantly dies. So I just skipped over a little bit because we already seen that part. So, like, we're right here after that she crosses through the metal sheet in the other room, in the hitchhiker's bedroom. So pretty much to cut down this, like, chandelier type of bones, you do need a bone shard then, I guess, like the little shank to cut them down, because you need a knife. She's, like, walking through it slowly, so I'm guessing if you walk slow enough, you won't make any noise notification. And she has, like, the option to hide in this big drawer, I want to say, or this big, like, fucking chest. And as you hide, you can also have, like, a small peek through it to be able to look around and see if, like, if any killer is passing by. So you're going back to the cook, looking around, using his ability, and as you see here, he already predetermines, like, where one of the survivors is being found and shown his aura. The victim is being spotted. Which I don't know, how can you counter that too? Like, make it probably be more quiet, or I don't know, honestly. I see 2 girls here just running by, probably trying to make it to the escape exit. And when the first guy is shown, the big dude in the luggage room, probably going to change the room, you have to restore the power to be able to open the tunnels, the gates in the tunnels, to be able to escape. So this is pretty much like a color matching game, so you have to match the amp numbers with, or match the colors with the colors of the actual, of the panel. That pretty much says it right next to the thing, like right below the color things. Which is not too hard, but it probably is going to be like a lot of pressure, like if your killers are nearby. And plus, you gotta not only just match the colors, you also gotta, like, know your math and, like, be able to put the right amount of amps. Like 2 + 1 amps is 3, and the other one to escape easier, or I think it was like 4. Oh no, 16 amps. So you gotta know your math and like be able to add this up to be able to escape. So pretty much, I think the first one you had to make it +3, and the second one you had to make it like, yeah, like +16. And it opens up the exit gate too, like around the bottom, and you see like in the bottom right corner, the little yellow aura is going out. So pretty much that's the exit. I don't know if the killers can prevent that and close the exit, and like if they get there in time, like can the killers like show up, kill the dude, stop the amp, and just shut them down, and then another person has to go up there and try to stop the panel again. If that's the case, then that might cause a problem, because like one killer could be camping the fuse box and preventing them from fixing it. But apparently there is probably more than one way to escape in this game, because they should probably be thinking like other ways to escape this game, because you can't kill the killers in this game. It's not like Friday 13 where you can just play as Tommy Jarvis and come out and kill Jason. You had to like run away and escape because you don't have any weapons or anything like that. And she's like outside in this shot, in the exterior. She's already beat up, pretty damaged, and you see the other face up ahead. He's like probably looking at her, or probably looking for her. She's like hiding in the bushes. And I think like the hitchhiker is like in the way far back looking too. So not only you're stuck in the inside, you're also like in the outside too. So I'm pretty like they force you to go all around the entire like house and outside the house. You see she's like trying to already pass away. Then you see the hitchhiker is already chasing this guy, and then he's like trying to run away, and then he pulls the door to close it and to latch the door to prevent the killer trying to come after him. Which I don't know what's gonna happen on the other end. Like, what's the hitchhiker gonna do? You see he's like squeezing through tight spots. You can also turn off lights too in this game to make it more darker and harder to see for killers to run around and try to spot you. And I'm thinking this is probably the ending of the game, where you're like, oh, you already open up the tunnels, so you can just try to escape. You're hiding in bushes right here with the the cook passing by. And this shot was just pretty brutal, man. The door just opened, like the metal sheet. She just tried to push it open, and Leatherface just was waiting on the other side just to fucking kill this one girl, and just like decks her in the face and just goes straight for the kill. And probably the other girl just straight up booked it. She just left her ass to die, man, because she's not in the shot. I'm pretty sure I saw her run earlier. See, like you're going down the stairs, you're trying to run, and he fucking runs into the cook, and there's the other guy like hiding in the corner. And then you see the cook's execution. Like he fucking, I think like he slashes your face, then he bashes your face in, then he gonna bash your head in. Look at that. Damn, fucking breaks your neck while you're at it too. You fucking fall down on your knees trying to beg for help. And you're dead. And as one girl is trying to escape. Trying to find the ants. Cutting down doors. And there's Grandpa. Just rocking in that wheelchair. And there's one girl trying to run through the window like in the first movie and jump out. And the game just ends, like the gameplay just ends with Leatherface just chasing the girl after that. So I would like to thank you guys for watching. I just remember this gameplay footage is not mine. This original video wasn't mine. And this is from IGN. You guys go subscribe to them. They have some good gameplay previews and stuff. I'm like, thank you IGN for uploading this video so I can talk about it. You guys are great. And hopefully next time I'll probably be invited to actually play the beta of this game. And I'll try to cover more gameplay for this game and probably the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, because they both look pretty fun. So I thank you guys for watching and hope you guys have a great day.